The following story has been brought to you by StoriesToInspire.org.
I was in Florida last week, and I picked up this paper in one of the Jewish restaurants, and it's called The Real Florida Jewish Directory. The reason I picked it up is it has all the shuls, all the minyanim, all the hotel Jewish restaurants and everything else, and I picked it up, and I was leafing through it, and I came across a story. Why it's in the Jewish Directory, I have no idea, but I came across a story that I want to share with you. So I'm going to read it from inside. I know I lose some people who are a little ADD when I do this, but I have to read you word for word. So this is a story. It's an amazing story. One day a man saw an old lady stranded at the side of the road, but even in the dim light of day he could see she needed help. So he pulled in front of her Mercedes and got out. His Pontiac was still sputtering when he approached her. Even with a smile on his face, she was very worried. No one had stopped to help her for the last hour. Was he going to hurt her? He didn't look safe. He looked poor and hungry. He could see that she was very frightened, standing out there in the cold. He knew how she felt. It was that chill which only fear can put in you. He said, "I'm here to help you, ma'am. Don't worry. I'm not here to hurt you. Why don't you wait in the car where it's warm? By the way, my name is Eric Smith." Well, all she had was a flat tire. But for an old lady, that was bad enough. Eric crawled under the car, looking for a place to put the jack, skidding his knuckles. Soon he was able to change the tire, but he had gotten hurt and dirty. He had gotten dirty and his hands hurt. As he was tightening the lug nuts, she rolled down the window and began to talk to him. She told him that she was from St. Louis and was only passing through. She couldn't thank him enough for coming to her aid. Eric just smiled. He put the flat tire and he closed the trunk. The lady asked, "How much do I owe you?" Any amount, whatever you want, would have been right with her. She already imagined all the awful things that could have happened had he not stopped. Eric never thought twice about being paid. This was not a job to him. This was helping someone in need. And God knows there were plenty who had given him a hand when he was in need in the past. He had lived his whole life that way, but it never occurred to him to act any other way. He told her that if she really wants to pay him back, the next time she saw someone who needed help, she should give that person the assistance they needed. And Eric said, "And when you do this, please think of me." He waited until she started the car and drove off. It had been a cold and depressing day, but he felt good as he headed for home, disappearing into the twilight. A few miles down the road, the lady saw a small cafe. She went in to grab a bite of eat and take the chill off before she made the last leg of her trip. It was a dingy-looking restaurant. Outside there were 2 old gas pumps. The whole scene was unfamiliar to her. The waitress came over and brought a clean towel to wipe her wet hair. She had a sweet smile, one that even being on her feet for the whole day couldn't erase. The lady noticed that the waitress was nearly 8 months pregnant, but she never let the strain and aches change her attitude. The old lady wondered how someone who had so little could be so giving to a stranger. Then she remembered Eric. After the lady finished her meal, she paid with a $100 bill. The waitress quickly went to get change for her, but the old lady had slipped right out the door. She was gone by the time the waitress came back. The waitress wondered where the lady could be. Then she noticed something written on the napkin. There were tears in her eyes when she read what the lady wrote. "You don't owe me anything. I have been there too. Somebody once helped me out the way I'm helping you. If you really want to pay me back, here is what you do. Do not let this chain of love end with you." Under the napkin were 4 more $100 bills. Well, there were tables to clear, sugar bowls to fill, and people to serve, but the waitress made it through another day. That night, when she got home from work and climbed into bed, she was thinking about the money and what the lady had written. How could that lady have known how much she and her husband needed this money? With the baby due next month, it was going to be very, very hard. She knew how worried her husband was, and as he lay sleeping next to her, she gave him a hug and whispered soft and low, "Everything's going to be all right. Don't worry. I love you, Eric Smith." There's an old saying, what goes around comes around. Let this light shine. God works in mysterious ways and sometimes puts people in our lives for a reason. I read the story. I said, I had to read the story. Amazing. Amazing how Hashem works. Amazing how Hashem works. So anyway, you don't understand that I just happened to pick up this book. So it was like Hashem wanted me to see this, to be able to read this to everyone else. You think you do something good, it doesn't come back. It comes back. It may not come back to you. It'll come back to your children. It'll come back to your children. It'll come back to your grandchildren.
Enjoyed this story? Come again. Bring a friend. StoriesToInspire.org.